About 90 minutes from Rome sits a town called Orvieto. We didn't know much about this town outside of the typical things that you can find on the internet. It's a beautiful, quiet town built on a volcanic cliff and sits atop a vast underground network of caves, wells, and tunnels. To get there, the easiest way is to ride the funicular. All this to say, for two people looking for a peaceful escape, this might add up to be a fun little detour. So, let's spend the next 24 hours in Orvieto. We're hopping on a train this morning to Orvieto. There's something refreshing about being able to wake up, pick a town you've never heard of, and be there before lunch.
So I just booked our tickets online at Trenitalia. There's an app. You can also do it through the website. It was very easy. And if you buy them online, then the ticket automatically validates when the train is scheduled to come, so you don't have to do like the in-person paper validation.
Next step is just to wait for our train. For anyone used to riding high-speed trains, is it normal for your ears to feel full? You know when you reach altitude and your ears pop? It's almost like that feeling before the pressure is released.
By the way, I did my own bit of digging into this. Turns out, it's pretty normal, especially in and out of tunnels or when passing another train at high speed. So I guess my question is, does anyone else experience this often?
Cool. Where do we go? We just arrived to a very rainy Orvieto. We're about to take the funicular up. We're kind of waiting for the line to die down. From what I've read from a quick Google search, there's ticket machines in there. We'll get a ticket.
Grazie.
And then that is supposed to include the minibus at the top that we can take to the Piazza.
Huh? Curveball.
Oh, you're right. This is one of the first cities in Italy to utilize a funicular as a mode of transportation to get up to the town, allegedly.
It's raining pretty hard off and on, and you see everyone with their umbrellas and kind of ducking into little crevices wherever they can find them, and then just going for it every time there's a little break in the storm. This church is absolutely gorgeous though. Wow. The rain let up just enough for us to try to make it to our accommodation. We were scrambling, heads down, trying to avoid getting soaked before the downpour started again, when a faint voice shouted from the distance.
I'm Hannah,
Hi, Tony. Nice to meet you. Hi, Tony. Nice to meet you. Yeah. I'm pausing the video so we can chat with new friends. Thanks for saying hi.
Shout out to Hannah and Alan.
We were just walking through the rain.
Just stopped us.
They're like, you guys the detour deal? I was like, there's no way anybody knows who we are up here. We're in like hoodies
Looking
and
like a wet mop. But thanks for saying hi. We always like it when people say hi and stop.
Yeah, that's fun.
1, 2.
Appartamenti Pistrella?
Sì, just a moment.
Okay. New digs. This is extravagant for us. We're only here for one night and I wanted to be up on the hill super close to the Piazza Duomo. So I don't remember how much this is, I will look, but as always, booked it through booking.com. Let me give you a tour. This is where you walk in. To the left, there's a bathroom, which is very spacious. All the usual suspects: toilet, bidet, shower, sink. This way, we have a living room, full kitchen, and a bedroom.
What's your enthusiasm level? We spent the next hour waiting for the rain to stop and doing some editing before the skies cleared enough for us to see this town. Oh, that's cool. Even in overcast weather, I can't get over how amazing this Duomo is. Well, we got a break in the weather, so now we can get a gorgeous view of the square.
And this place of worship.
In this place of worship, whose name we are still
Duomo.
Duomo.
A little behind the scenes for you all. It's funny because usually we spend a lot of days in one place. So if we were to have a day like today, we would be like, let's just call it a wash, let's edit, and then we'll come back out when the sun is out. We don't have that much time. We only have today here. So rain or shine, you're getting a tour.
You're getting a tour.
When I was researching this trip, I was trying to determine if a day trip would suffice or if we should come and stay the night. And what I read was that it's worth it to stay at least a night because there are a lot of day trip tour groups that come to the city just for a few hours. So we're at like prime time right now where we're getting big groups of people. But I think once the day trippers leave, much like Venice and the PP Islands, it's worth staying after hours to have more room for yourself.
It doesn't take much to walk around the main streets of Orvieto, so we ventured out to a restaurant that Hannah and Alan recommended after we met them in the rain. And it was here that I found something pretty unique I wanted to try. Wild boar meat.
Salute.
It's apparently quite common in certain regions of Italy, and a bit more of a delicacy.
Whoa, fruity.
And of course we had to grab some wine too. First thing we got is the wild boar platter. Just a bunch of cured meats on the plate. With some bread. And since this is the first time we're really eating all day, we ordered 2 sandwiches.
Oh, it's
Altogether, with a few glasses of wine, came out to about €54. The Sims walk.
Well, there's like 4 different versions.
Give me all 4.
One is like this. One is like this. One is like this.
We still had a lot of light left in the day, but with it being the afternoon, we figured it'd be a good time to see at least one of these underground caves, or wells, or tunnels here. So we took a stroll down to St. Patrick's Well.
I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about the history, so I did a quick Google search about St. Patrick's Well. It was built after the sack of Rome in 1527, when then Pope Clement VII fled to Orvieto and realized that having a reliable water source during a siege was probably a good idea.
Scary.
It's a slipper.
The stuff was kind of uneven. It's giving The Ring. What was her name?
Samara.
Yeah. It feels like it's still all the whole way. I've only gone down like 3 levels.
It's a long way down.
The whole thing is an impressive feat of engineering. But the part that I think goes unnoticed is the design of the staircases. There are actually 2 separate spiral stairways winding around each other that never meet. So as you make your way down to the water, you're not crossing paths with people coming up. Instead, when it's time to leave, you climb a completely different staircase back to the surface.
This well just keeps going. Almost died. A little slippery, as I was saying. It just keeps going down.
Eventually, you do reach the bottom, and looking up is every bit as wild as it is to look down from the top.
That's crazy. You see the raindrops falling.
Weird.
While Orvieto is busy with tourists during the day, the town gets quiet quickly. The back streets in the afternoon and the early morning feel oblivious to the crush of modern-day tourism. This is the perfect time to wander the streets and take in what I'm assuming is Italian Gothic architecture.
We got some better weather today. The sun is out. It's a little warm, actually. So we're going to take advantage of these few hours before we take the train to do some of those typical sightseeing activities.
But before that, we gotta find some breakfast because you can't explore on an empty stomach.
Guess how much it is? We have a 20 euro note that we need to break to pay our tourist tax, and I was like, oh, we'll just buy like one thing. I don't know why I still have trauma from the United States prices. We ordered a bunch, and I'm like, oh, we'll have to use card, and we can't break it. And then I just looked at the receipt. It's 6 euro.
For all this.
Oh my god. Which we haven't been in the US for like 2.5 months. I don't know why I'm tripping. 2 croissants, 2 espresso, a little pastry ball thing. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, I came for pistachio, or how do you say it? Pistachio. I came for a pistachio croissant. I saw this in the window and I was like, oh, that looks so good. It's a cream-filled donut, pretty much. This will be gone. 2 bites. You want a bite?
I don't think so.
All right, it's gone. So my Italian's a little rough, but I tried to order us a second round of drinks. I went up there and I said it like a baby. I was just like, scusi, un otto cafe? And then she said, perfecto. I was like, okay, well, I'm doing all right. And then I said, that's not right. Una cappuccino. And then she gave me the price. And I said, grazie. And she said, grazie. And I sat down. So, butchered that a little bit, but we're getting there.
Maybe it's because we have a cat of our own, but the cats we see in the streets have been leading us to the best spots recently. This one directed us to the best viewpoint of the city. Not here. This is just a cool door, but right near here is the clock tower that you can climb for panoramic views of the city.
Pay €3.80 to climb up 240 steps to the top of the clock tower to get the best view of Orvieto.
Walk up the stairs, walk down the stairs. It's worth it though. We wanted to get in this view of the city before we left, but we were a little crunched for time. So we had to race back down the stairs, walk down to the funicular, hop on the funicular, and then wait for our train.
Laid under the willow tree, the last weekend of summer.
Sadly, this is our time in Orvieto. We've got a train to catch back to Rome, and a flight back home. It's almost summer, so the next time you see us, we'll probably be on the beach somewhere in the south of the Balkans. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss where the next detour takes us. Until then, we'll see you in the next one.